And the Morrison government, in fact, has secured several big policy wins in Parliament this week with the passage of foreign fighter powers and the Future Drought Fund.
But the PM was forced to read the Riot Act to his party room after public division over policy. This is the week that was.
Side by side with PNG's new PM.
Welcome everyone.
Scott Morrison is focusing on strengthening ties with the region as his Home Affairs Minister severs ties with Australians who've been fighting for terror groups overseas.
My preference, of course, would be to make sure that they never came home, but we can exclude them for up to 2 years.
Now, we will support this legislation, but we put on the record that we have concerns and the government has yet to allay them.
Labor also forced to fold on the government's Drought Future Fund, but held out on calls to repeal the Medivac laws.
We believe it is working as intended, and that's providing medical transfers for people who are extremely sick.
Scott Morrison forced to read the Riot Act to his party room, calling for discipline on policy, but MPs remain defiant.
But as backbenchers, we've got the freedom to go out there and push policy issues.
At least 10 backbenchers are pushing for a rethink on raising the superannuation guarantee to 12% by 2025.
But I don't think there's any harm for a reviewer to have a look at an issue like that.
New Senator Andrew Bragg wants more radical change.
Super should be made voluntary for Australians earning under $50,000.
Our policy hasn't changed.
As other MPs push for New Start to be raised.
New Start is not supposed to be there to cruel people, it's supposed to be there to help people.
Should be increased.
Labor has been grappling with the best way to deal with the Morrison government's wedge tactics on policy, with Anthony Albanese under pressure to explain just what Labor stands for.
I saw some particularly whiny loser talk on the weekend. I do think that we should stand our ground on some issues.
To be in opposition doesn't mean adopting the policies of the government.
Not that he wants the approval of the Greens. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.